Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Frater Atreus Horse here with Lance and Grail Priory TTO. And today I got a little bit of a miscellaneous selection of things. Looks like nothing particularly old or rare. I think most of these things came off Amazon, but just a few things I'd like to open up and show off to you guys today. So let's get started. We'll start off with something here from our friends over at Anathema Publishing up in Canada. This is a limited edition handmade leather bookmark. I don't know if I actually want to take this out of the plastic or not. Come on, Mocha, get down. I'm working. I don't know if you can see that so well in the reflection of the with the light, but this was inspired by one of Craig Williams' books. The name escapes me at the moment, but this is a handmade leather bookmark. It was a limited edition of 30, and I do believe they still have some of these in stock as of right now. They may not by the time this video premieres, but I don't know if you can get a good view of that outside of the reflection there. It's a lot thinner than I thought it was going to be, which is cool, because I was like, how are you going to have a leather bookmark that actually functions as a bookmark? But I don't know if you can see it there. There's a star at the top and a skull and another star and some kind of being and a star and a skull and a looks like a sun, and this end down here is cut, but definitely that's a beautiful, beautiful bookmark. On the back side, such a nice bookmark. I hate to take it out of the plastic, but there's your good view of that. Anathema Publishing. If this looks like it's something that would interest you, they still have some available. Definitely get on it. They were limited to 30. Again, this is handmade, so it's a very limited run, and they won't have any more once they sell out. And I've got a few other things here that are part of an Amazon shipment. I've already opened in another video, so we'll just go over these one by one. First of all, Roots of Magick by Alan Greenfield. Alan Greenfield was at one time a bishop in the OTO. He is long since retired from the OTO. I don't know if he retired or resigned, but he's no longer part of the OTO. This is a history of magic from 1700 through 2000. I've had my eye on this book for quite a while. It's just took me a long time to get around to getting a copy of it. But this traces the roots of... I just find it interesting. There's like this much of a margin down here on the bottom of the page, but they have this huge header up here on the top. Some of Alan Greenfield's stuff is kind of out there in my opinion. He's a big UFO conspiracy theorist kind of guy. Personally, I'm not that much into the UFO kind of thing, but you know, to each his own. I do recognize and respect him as a Gnostic bishop, as I am myself. I am Tau Tantalus in the heterodox Gnostic Church. And I haven't officially received the laying on of the hands in my consecration yet, but May of 2022 I am going to attend the first TTO conference, where I will be officially consecrated and receive the laying on of the hands that will consecrate me in, I think, at least 3 different lineages of apostolic succession. I think there's the Donnell, the Syrian, and the Pauline, I believe. I'll be able to update you guys on that once I get back and have my official consecration. But yeah, this is, I think it's going to be interesting. Tau Allen is a very well-read, very intelligent, very respected member of the community. I think there's going to be a lot of good information in here, especially on the OTO. Looking forward to checking this one out. And that's The Roots of Magick, 1700 through 2000. The next book here is going to be Rosicrucian Magick by Frater. Frater has released a number of books. The first one that comes to mind is Holy Damien. It was published by Scarlet Imprint a few years back. Let's see if it has his bibliography here. I love these books that are printed in 2-color ink. The black and red here. Oh, look at this art. Love this black and red. I don't know if that is focused so well, but let's see if I can fix that. Well, I don't know if I'm making it better or worse. But this is, again, I love this art. Let's see what it says here. It's very nice. I love the feel of the book cover. The cover of this book. This is that kind of cloth. It has the very waxy feel to it. This is available on Amazon, new, so it's not a limited edition. This is Rosicrucian Magick is a book of magical reformation that lays a path of contact with spirits and beings through a lens of integrity, drawing upon wisdom and knowledge from the ancient world through to 18th century influences and beyond. Frater takes us on a journey of discovery on becoming alike to the angelic mind, as originally articulated by Johannes Trismithius. So this is obviously by the title, it's based on a Rosicrucian system. I just love these books that are printed in 2-color ink. I think those are so beautiful. Rosicrucian Magick, a manifesto. so far, I mean, it looks like a nice book here. I like it. I can't remember the artist that does the art for most of his books, but it is definitely stunning. This will be a very insightful book on Rosicrucianism, I'm sure. His other books have been very enlightening. Yeah, I just thought this was, oh, here we go. Look at that. That is beautiful, beautiful art. His other books were very good, so I thought this would be a good pickup. If you can see here, but not sure how well that comes across, but there's your table of contents. A great book on Rosicrucian magic, I do believe. A reader to becoming a light to the angelic mind. Let's see what else we've got here. A little nice hardback I got off Amazon. The Dark Lord, H.P. Lovecraft, Kenneth Grant, and the Typhonian Tradition and Magic by Peter Levenda. The Dark Lord follows themes in the writings of Aleister Crowley, Kenneth Grant, H.P. Lovecraft, and Simon's Necronomicon. This book uncovers the meaning of the left-hand path. It is for Thelemites, lovers of the Lovecraftian mythos in all its forms, as well as those who find the rituals of classical ceremonial magic inadequate for the new eon. Traveling through the worlds of religion, literature, and the occult, Peter Levenda takes his readers on a deeply fascinating exploration of magic, the nature of evil, and that most ancient archetype, the Dark Lord. He also investigates one of the most neglected theses in the history of modern occultism, the nature of the Typhonian current and its relationship to Aleister Crowley's Thelema and H.P. Lovecraft's Necronomicon. That in itself sounds fascinating. Using complementary texts from such disparate authors as H.P. Lovecraft, Jack Parsons, Austin Osman Spare, and Charles Stansfield Jones, Frater, Grant formulated a system of magic that expounded upon that delineated in the rituals of the OTO, a system that included elements of Tantra, of Voodoo, and in particular that of Skagelcraft recension of the Necronomicon, all woven together in a dark tapestry of power and illumination. This is very interesting. I have a video out on Chaos Magic, and in that video there's a Peter J. Carroll book that really delves into H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu mythos. There's another book out by Scarlet Imprint, Two Antichrist, that delves into Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard of Scientology. Also my Chaos Magic video, I've got a copy of Austin Spare's The Pocket, what's it called? The Pocket edition of Austin Spare. It's got 3 or 4 of his major works in it. And then, you know, of course there's Kenneth Grant and his Typhonian trilogy. Oh, it even has a preface by James Wasserman here. Interesting. Yeah, well, I didn't know this was his 2013. Yeah, oh, it's produced by Studio 31, which was Wasserman's publishing company. Unfortunately, Brother Wasserman had passed away a couple of years ago. But this ties together quite a few things that I have either recently made videos on or have upcoming videos on. But yeah, this ties together so many different threads between Thelema and Chaos Magic and Kenneth Grant. This is going to be a wealth of information, tying together a bunch of different threads out there. Again, this is available on Amazon right now. If you're interested in Grant and Thelema and Chaos Magic. Oh, wow. The front cover is a painting by Rosalind Norton. Really? Okay, this is reached the point of blowing my mind here, because this is this ties together so much of what I've been into lately, and other books that are in my library. I mean, I think I have a complete set of the Titan Press books on Rosalind Norton. If you haven't seen it, there's a documentary about her called The Witch of King's Cross. It's available on streaming, all the streaming services. I would highly recommend watching that. It is an amazing documentary on an amazing woman. But the fact that this ties together so many, like he says, disparate authors: Lovecraft, Parsons, Spare, Jones, Crowley. If it touches on Voodoo, I'm sure it has to mention Michael Berdio. And if you're interested in him, stay tuned. I have a 2-part video in the works covering all of Michael Berdio's work. And then the fact they use a illustration from Rosalind Norton on the cover. Wow. This is a work of heresy, a book meant to challenge. What else would the reader expect from the Dark Lord who inhabits the most primal and hidden depths of the unconscious? For he is the Lord of Shadow Realm, the enemy, the other. He inhabits the undiscovered territory, which must be charted and mapped by any who wish to consider themselves worthy explorers of the psyche. James Wasserman. Wow. Amazing. So how did this just recently come into my sphere of awareness? This brings so many different threads together that I have been working on recently into one book. Wow. Wow. And we've got one more here. I bought this on Amazon, but it actually came from a third-party seller. And it took a little while to get here. Jan Free's Nightshades, a tourist guide to the night side. I don't know if you can see the bottom of that there. I believe this is an exploration. Yeah, here. Nightshades is a record of one remarkable magician's exploration of the inverse regions of the Tree of Life. Aleister Crowley's Liber 231 provides the map, and Kenneth Grant's Night Side of Eden, a travelogue. I mean, here we go. We're back to Grant and Crowley, and this is a working through the Cliffot. I am the past, I am the future. Birth, I am. Love and death, I am the ancient one. It's a first edition from 2012, published by Mandrake of Oxford. Got an introduction here by Maud Morgan. This is working through Crowley's Liber 231. There's another book, the exact title of which escapes me at the moment. that was published probably about 10 years ago. That was about Libra 231. This is another one of those that has that kind of waxy, tactile cover that I really enjoy. In the North Indian Tantric system, one of the most popular deities is Chinnamasta, the Lady of Wisdom. One fine day, Shiva and Chinnamasta were happily in bed together and had much fun with each other. Afterwards, Chinna got up to have a bath down in the river. Her girlfriends Yogini and Dakini accompanied her. The three splashed around in the water and scared the gulls, egrets, and hamsa birds who flew squawking and wobbling to the other shore. Then Yogini asked, "I'm so hungry." Dakini agreed. "Haven't we got something to eat?" When China returned to Shiva, the Lord of Ascetics, he was surprised. "Why are you so pale all of a sudden?" he inquired. Chanamista smiled happily. "The two were hungry, and so was I. I cut off my head, and the 3 fountains of blood spurted from my neck, and we drank from them. So much for wisdom. It's nourishing and colorful, and tastes better when you take it off your head before feeding. Every head reaches a point where it becomes a burden. Every system of initiation reaches a point where it becomes a superfluous absurdity. Every personality, no matter how beautiful, clever, and wise, eventually becomes an obstacle. The identity that can be named is bound and limited, and what exactly constitutes wisdom is easy to know once you've gone beyond your own point of view." They were hungry, so I cut my head off, and we all feasted on the blood that came out of my neck. Oh, you gotta love it, right? The origins of the Ibis. The field of God to the night side. This also looks like a very interesting tone. Of course, you know, I'm always fascinated with anything thelemic in character. I'd read some reviews that said this was more art than context, art than text, but it appears to be a good portion of it, at least, is text. When you get into the art section here, and again, it goes back to my rant. I'm going to make a video on here soon about the art and science of magic, and how the art of magic is just as important as the science of magic. I think too many magicians never put those two together and realize the importance of them working together. Some interesting drawings in here. I believe these are drawings for each of the sigils or spheres in the clip art. I'm no expert on Libra 231, but it looks like Odin and his ravens. Yeah, very interesting. Some of the arts, some of it's very different. Like, you got the simple black and white. Some of it's a little more detailed and complicated. I love these visionary type grimoires, if you would. You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. And you only have to look to the tarot to understand the value of symbolism that comes from art. Looks like we have a rider on a camel here. Definitely is a skeletal camel whose flesh is falling off his bones. Definitely invokes feelings of the abyss. The abyss on the night side, perhaps. Oh, this is a cool book. I'm glad I got a copy of this. Not sure what to make of it right now off the top of my head, but definitely, is that not the Feather of Mott? Definitely worthy of further exploration. This is a nice little book. I'm assuming these are all drawings for each of the I don't know what you call them. Spheres? Is that how this works? I'm not I don't have a huge amount of understanding of the Liber 231. But here are the sigils. If you're interested. Yeah, this will definitely be something that I would have to spend some time delving into. Get a better understanding of. But that's Nightshades, A Tourist's Guide to the Night Side by Jan Fries. And we have the Dark Lord, Peter Levenda. These two here look very, very interesting. Rosicrucian Magick by Frater, and The Roots of Magick by Tadehent Greenfield, along with this beautiful handmade leather bookmark from Anathema Publishing. Again, another set of books here that would keep me busy for a long time. Amazing. Not sure where to go from here with this. Of all of them, this has definitely piqued my interest the most. If you're interested, these four are, as of the recording of this video, available on Amazon. They are currently in print. If you're interested, there is this was still available last time I looked, just the other day. Anathema Publishing, they're out of Canada. If you're interested in getting a beautiful little handmade leather bookmark here, this has just been kind of a miscellaneous episode here I've got of things that didn't fit in any other category, but thank you for watching, and as always, love is the law, love under will. I'll see you next time.